video is going to be a one take, no editing. Wind audio quality is going to be bad, but it's going to be the realest thing that I've probably ever made. And we're going to be doing it while I'm walking to feed this year's direct consumer beef. So we got 2 steers in here, the 1 heifer. And the reason we have a heifer this year is she was a little bit squirrelier. She was going to be in the replacement batch, and she's just kind of a little high-headed, more than what we like to see. So she made it into this pen, and that's what we're going to do. She's getting a lot better now that we're hand feeding her and everything. These guys, I have been on vacation, family vacation, as well as a lot of other things going on. And that's really what this video is about today. Get this dumped if I can do it one-handed so I don't have to edit. All right, we got this taken here. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is I just want to talk about something that's really real, because there's a lot of people who, I guess you would call them ag influencers, or I don't even know what you want to call them, just whatever. People on the internet with cattle, farmers, ranchers, whatever. And a lot of them, perceive this perfect picture, and they get videos out every so many days, doing the thing, getting that influencer life. Why do they do that? Now, a lot of them, some of them may enjoy it and enjoy that process, and that's good for them. And I'm not here to talk bad about any of the people who do that. What I just want to point out, though, is a lot of them are doing it for additional income, and that's just to be true, because farming and ranching is hard, and it's a way that they can make some additional income on the side, show what they're doing. Maybe they'll get a few sponsorships here or there. Maybe they'll make a little bit of ad revenue. Maybe they'll get some affiliate revenue. Maybe they're marketing their products online, and that's great. I love it. I think it's all great things. And you can see this video is at its most raw form because I don't have my hat on. And this video is going to be so blah that anybody who actually watches this, you're a truest fan. So I have not been able to be consistent with this like I wanted to. I wanted to get back into doing maybe a video a week. I was doing dailies, probably about a year ago when we started the direct consumer thing. And I want to get back to the YouTube thing, long form, because it's what I enjoy. I actually do kind of enjoy it. And again, part of it is, the motivating thing is to maybe generate some extra revenue with the long form YouTube thing. But also a lot of it is to show what, this process is really like, starting a direct consumer beef business. I grew up with cattle my entire life, and I just feel like there's too many people in this agriculture space that are closed-minded to new ideas, closed-minded to new people joining the industry, and it's really painted a bad picture in certain areas of the industry. And I think there's just a better way to sort of perceive or show what this is really about. And this isn't a picture perfect farm ranch. We got weeds all over the place. It's a drought this year, which is another reason I'm making this video the way I am. And I guess I need to really just get to the point. So the point is, I don't just do this direct consumer beef business. I'm not one of those, hobby farmers try to make it a full-time income thing. I grew up with cattle my entire life. My family has cattle, and I started the direct consumer beef thing with 3 head. And I purchased those steers from my family's operation. I did the whole thing separately so you could prove that you can do that. And I have the number thing, the numbers all the side. I've got the video done. Maybe I'll link it here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll throw it in the comments. We'll see. But the point is, I wanted to prove that somebody could start this small and scale up, because I don't think you need to have 1,000 head of cattle to get started in the agriculture industry and see what it's really about. Grow your own food, that type of thing. But I also don't want to talk bad about those bigger operations, those ones who scaled up, who've decided to go more of the confined route. Like, it's a part of the industry. And no matter who you are, you might not like that. There's a reason people are doing that. And most of the time, the people in rural America are not doing it for greed like some people like to paint. They're doing it to make a living. They're doing it to try and make it efficient and make it something that they can, do the chores on a day-to-day basis and just make it work for their area. And some people do it right. Some people do it wrong. Some people make it happen, make it work, and some people don't. That's just the truth about anything. And I don't want to perceive like I make all this money just with cattle. I have a full-time job. I'm an ag loan officer. That's why I make so many passionate videos about making money with cattle and not using all your non-farm income, because I don't want people to fall into the trap that I see every day on a day-to-day basis of losing all of your money to the cattle operation and not turning it into an actual business. So my goal would be to have these cattle start with the 3 head. Obviously, we have 3 head again this year. We're going to tweak some things, make it a little bit more efficient, lean into a little bit of more my family's resources that I'm fortunate to have, which is, the infrastructure, the yard space, things that, I can rent from, and then make it more efficient, scale it up. But again, this thing is paying for itself is the goal, and it's going to scale up on its own. And when I can make that profit system very efficient, then I can take more money from, my non-farm income and apply it to scale it up a little bit faster. But the point is, I'm not trying to just go take out a massive loan like I see every day and get myself in a land payment trap or a huge just cash flow crunch for the rest of my life, because that is not ultimately what our goal is either. We want to have sustainable operation. Sustainable agriculture is not sustainable if it's not financially sustainable. And the truth is, when you're doing that and you're trying to do multiple things, family, father, like I said, I was just on family vacation. That's important too. The full-time job, Agri Summit, I talk about that a lot. We're working on getting a herd management app out there, and the one-on-one consulting, the actual community itself, running that. If you're interested, I'll link that in the description. And then just the numerous other tasks that, I help with in my small town community, and just a lot that's going on. And when that is the case, it's just not sustainable for me to have a posting schedule where I can make it happen. So what a lot of times I've been doing, I've been putting focused area where I can post a bunch of shorts. I can do the long form here and there. And sometimes that's not the most efficient either, and I understand that. But it's just real life. Real life is not perfect. Real life is not getting a video out there every single day that's perfectly edited and everything. And yes, you can build a team out and scale that up. I'm not to the point where I can do that. And that's why I just want to be real. I think more of these YouTube videos, these long form videos, are going to be me being just real. Yes, I'm feeding cattle. And yes, this 10 minutes that I'm sitting down to make this video is taking 10 minutes away from something else that's probably very important as well. That's just the truth. So if you want to do this, understand it's like anything. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort. And if you want to do multiple things, it's okay, but just understand that it's not going to be this perfect system. Life is not perfect. No matter how narrow down, niche down you make it, how many things you say no to, there's still going to be more things come up that you just got to do. And I'm not saying that there aren't more things that I could say no to, because that's not real. That's not true. I could say no to more things and probably be a little bit more efficient. Probably be a lot more efficient in certain things if I said no to everything and just went all in on one thing. And if you were living the bachelor life and you did all that, okay. But that's just not where a lot of people are in this agriculture world. A lot of people have families. A lot of people have family land that they have to help take care of. when we have a drought like this year, there's a lot of extra work that goes into it. When you're trying to do something that's maybe more non-traditional, the direct consumer beef, scale that up, learn how to ship beef, all those things, all while working a full-time job and still trying to fit in, the family activities, the other things like that. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. That's really what I want to make this video about. And I think me leaving it unedited is probably going to be more boring to watch. But if you have watched this entire thing this far, I appreciate you more than you know. And if you do watch until the end, I ask that you leave me a comment that says, leave a comment that says, continue. And that will tell me that I need to continue making the video for you. Continue making these videos showing what real agriculture is like. What it's like to build the beef business. And continue to push forward with the AgriSummit community, helping people, make their operation more financially sustainable. And if you're interested in the one-on-one consulting, the financial side, thing I do on a day-to-day basis, let me know. You can reach out on my Instagram, Bruns Cole. Check out the AgriSummit community. The link will be in the description. It's $47 a month. I'm not here to completely sell that in this video. The point of this video is life is going to take you a lot of different ways, and that's just the way it should be. There's ultimately one mission that we all have, and that is serving our purpose for the Lord. And there's a lot of pieces that go into that. It's not just one thing. So yeah, I appreciate you all for watching. See you in the next one. And as always, God bless.